and Chowsy, and the monkey, and Louise's present if you don't mind, honey.
But Mama, I don't even know what my present is yet.
No cooking, Madam Rose.
How dare you enter ladies' boudoir without knocking?
Where's your hot plate?
Where's your search
In
warrant?
all the years I've been running a theatrical
If
hotel.
you don't leave, I'm going to scream.
You know the rules, madam. No cooking, no electrical appliances, no small pets other than dogs, or it's a gosh darn zoo!
Profanity in front of my babies! Dude, get the vibe.
You pack this dirty menagerie and get out!
You'll have to throw me out, you rotten animal hater. That's what he has said for the SPCA.
Send for the police. I rented this room to 1 adult and 3 children. Now I see 1 adult, 5 pets, and 1, 2, 3, 4.
You counted him twice.
1, 2, 3, 4. Stand still!
Chow mein! I'd offer you some, but there's only one egg roll.
How many are sleeping in that room?
What room?
This room, madam. This room.
There isn't a soul in this room.
Now you know
Except you. Me. Mr. Franklin! What are you trying to do? Mr. Franklin, stop! Help! Help! Oh, my babies! My babies! Monster! Thank you, Gladys. A birthday party, chow mein, a tiny little cake.
Our next scene is from Disney Channel's smash hit movie musical, High School Musical. Troy Gabriella and the students of East High must deal with issues of first love, friends, and family while balancing their classes and extracurricular activities. It's the first day after winter break at East High. The jocks, brainiacs, thespians, and skater dudes find their cliques, recount their vacations, and look forward to the new year. Basketball team captain and resident jock Troy discovers that Brainy Gabriella, a girl he met singing karaoke on a ski trip, has just enrolled at East High. They cause an upheaval when they decide to audition for the High School Musical led by Miss Darvis. Although many students resent the threats posed to the status quo, Troy and Gabriella's alliance might just open the doors for others to shine as well. In this scene, Troy and Gabriella are stunned to find each other in the same hallway as Sharpay watches ever so carefully.
Mrs. Malloy, wild horses couldn't make me ask this next question I'm about to ask, but I'm going to ask it anyhow. Do you love Horace Vandergelder?
No, Minnie, I don't. Peter Malloy, God rest him, was my share of love, and I ain't saying I was shortchanged. Once is enough for a woman as long as it's true love, and it was that. Minnie, look, there's 2 men staring in the shop.
Men?
Why, I do believe they mean to come in here.
Men in the shop. Oh, Mrs. Malloy, what shall we do?
Do? Why, flirt with them, of course.
Mrs. Malloy, ain't you with all that talk about love?
Love enough I've had, Minnie. It's a bit of adventure I could do with now. We'll get them all heated up and then drop them cold. It'll be good practice for the married life. Now, go into the workroom, Minnie. I know a few ways we can perk up our appearances. Besides, a bit of waiting will only make them nervous and easier.
If you say vampire, I'll scream.
Vampire! We'll get an adventure out of this yet, Minnie.
We'll get an adventure out of this yet, Barnaby. All day long we wander around New York and nothing happens. Then we come to the quiet street in the city and suddenly Van Gelder. Is he still out there? Go look.
Cornelius, he's sitting right on that bench. Are you sure this is an adventure?
You don't have to ask Barnaby. When you're in one, you'll know it all right. How much money you got left?
Not much, Cornelius. 40 cents for the train back, 30 cents for dinner, and 20 cents to see the whale. 90 cents, why?
When those women come out, we'll have to pretend to be customers. Customers, that's it. The best thing to do is make them think we're rich. That way we won't have to pay for anything. We're just 2 men about town looking for some hats for ladies. Good afternoon, Mrs.
Malloy?
Here, Cornelius Hackle.
Here, Barnaby Tucker.
My pleasure, gentlemen. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, we're just 2 ladies
wanted
about
to buy
town
a
looking for
lady or
some
two
hats
to
for
Malloy
Malloy. We
with.
wondered, we want a hat for a lady, of course. And everybody says to go to Mrs. Malloy's because she's so pretty. I mean, her hats are so pretty.
And so reasonable, Cornelius, as reasonable as under $1, would still leave us enough to see the whale.
You've got to pay him no mind, ma'am. He's come all the way from Yonkers to see the stuffed whale. Just keep your eye out the street and maybe you'll see it pass by.
Is it big, black, gleaming red eyes?
Yes.
It's sitting right on that bench.
Excuse me, Mr. Hackle, but did you say Yonkers?
Oh, yes, ma'am, Yonkers. By that, I mean, perhaps Mr. Malloy would like to see Yonkers, too.
Oh, Mr. Hackle, I'm a widow.
Barnaby, she's a widow! I mean, that's too bad. I'm sure Mr. Malloy would have loved Yonkers, especially in that hat. I mean, on you, of course, not Mr. Malloy. May he rest in peace. You're a Catholic? Well, don't let that worry you. I'd be willing to change. Mrs. Malloy, if you should ever have a Sunday free, I'd love to show you Yonkers from top to bottom.
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Heckle, I may be there sooner than you think.
Oh, really?
You see, I have a friend who lives in Yonkers.
Do you?
Perhaps you know him.
Perhaps we do.
Oh, it's always so foolish to ask in cases like that, isn't it? It's a Mr. Vandergelder.
Horace Vandergelder?
Of Vandergelder's Hay and Feed?
Do you know him?
No.
Mr. Vandergelder's a substantial man and well-liked, they tell me.
Just a lovely man. Has only one fault as I know. He's hard as nails.
Cornelius, I think.
No, I wonder if your friend might like this one.
Cornelius, look out! Begging your pardon, Mrs. Malloy!
Gentlemen, what are you doing?
Help us, Mrs. Malloy. We'll explain later.
Get out of there this minute.
President has to be Miss Malloy.
Well, really, Mr. Hackle, Mr. Tucker, I insist you both get out of here. Well, I'm forced to. Mr. Vandergelder.
Well, this is it, Albert. What do you think?
It'll be great, Rose. Now, there's something I want to talk to
Of
you
course,
about.
it's been used as a movie house for the past 30 years, but I think it'll be fine for the TV
It'll be
show.
full, Rose. Now, what I wanted to say
There
was...
should be some cameras and lights today, and any costumes we need. We
Rose,
can always.
I'm sure everything will be perfect. Now, if you'll forget about the Sullivan Show for 1 minute and come into my office, there's something very important I want to tell you. About you and I, Rose.
You and me, English teacher.
Rose, I'm serious. I want to tell you that I'm very glad that you and me, are out here together. Being away from New York, Rose, has made me see all kinds of things in a different light. That's why I want to let you know that I wrote Mother to tell her that no matter what, I've decided to give up Almaloo.
Albert, you didn't!
Yes, I did, Rose. I wrote her the day we left, which gives her 3 days and 3 nights to get in touch with me. So far, not a word. If you ask me, she's accepted the whole thing by now.
3 days and 3 nights on a Trailways bus. But what's the difference? I'm only a mother, and for a mother, a Trailways bus is good enough.
Mama, what are you doing here?
Did you think I wouldn't come? A woman gets a letter, obviously written under the influence of drugs, and she shouldn't come? Pay no attention. It's only a mother's tears. Dear Mom, this is to let you know that Almaloo is dissolved. Your friend, Albert. Almaloo is dissolved? Dissolve me! Who am I anyways? Just a sick old woman, probably won't last the night. Only want a simple stone with one word carved on it, Albert's mother. And don't you hire a limousine to get me to my final resting place. I'll walk.
Mama.
And tell that Spanish friend of yours she knows not what she done it.
Mama, Rose is right here.
This is Rose? I can't believe it. She looks like Margot when they took her out of Shangri-La. For her own sake, Sonny sent her back to Tibet. And don't you worry about a secretary. It just so happens I found a nice, refined girl on her way to Akron. Only I persuaded her to get off here. Sonny, say hello to Gloria Rasputin.
Hi, Al. Hey, you're cute.
But, Mama, I don't need a secretary. I have Rosie.
What does Rose need a job for? In a year or two, she'll have Social Security.
Well, listen. I don't just type.
You do other things?
I tap dance. I figured I could help you out with this whole secretary thing, and you could help me get into showbiz. Here, hold this, hon. May, could you hum Swanee River?
It's my favorite selection.
Get a load of this, Al.
have wonderful qualifications, but I'm used to working with Miss Alvarez. However, as you say, Mama, we are faced with a certain amount of extra work, and... Do you have to stay down there?
For a few minutes, May. Give me a hand, will you? Al, you push from the other side. Easy now.
Sonny, for the movies, they can always cut away while they jack her up. Why don't you take Lori somewhere and see how fast she types?
I do have all these releases to get out, and Mr. Sputin can do them, unless it makes any difference to you, Rose.
Why would it make any difference to me?
Atta girl, Rose. You just stay here and keep working, and I'll go on with Mr. Sputin.
I'll find you a typewriter.
Do you use the touch system?
Whenever possible.
I could kill him. I could just kill him.